Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording of the Talos Principle DLC, The Road to Gehenna. Let's continue. So we did a choose your own adventure experience and we really didn't get into any of the puzzle worlds, what is the main part of this game. So we're in World 1 and what I want to find out is I want to either very quickly find if there are any collectible stars that need to be collected or any other items of importance in the overworld and in the game in general. Unfortunately, in any game like this, well, that's a possibility. Until you're proven that there is something, you kinda don't ever know that there isn't. A lot of these buttons too, by the way, on this controller should probably be remapped. The fact that you're using the left bump to jump and the right bump to run it's like a PlayStation style control idea more than what would I would argue is a more standard Xbox controller concept, where A would be to jump and instead A is to use something. If I was to remap this, I would say run should be right trigger, not right bump, or left trigger possibly. Hey, we have an angel here with an actual head this time. So this whole environment, a small ruined world and a dome, it's supposed to represent parts of the Elohim code that the Elohim rejected and kind of put in the recycling bin. Is, I guess, the best example here. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything in this area otherwise. And when we fast travel here, we are not going through the weird fast travel section that we went through before. Let's see. To me, the honor is sufficient of belonging to the universe, such a great universe and such a grand scheme of things. Not even death can rob me of the honor, for nothing can alter the fact that I have lived. I have been, if for ever so short a time. This is Barbarian Architecture.txt. I wonder if that's a quote from somebody famous. Like it very possibly is. So we have all the items, but the signs are going to tell us that we know what items we're going to have to use. So all of these puzzles are going to be relatively more difficult. And we're not getting puzzle pieces. We're not getting Tetris pieces. We're, I think, freeing people. Let's see. Okay. So in the previous instance, in the previous episode, we were given an offer to go to a new world. And I said I need more time to think about it. And so until I accept that offer to go to a new world in the story, I think we should just play. Alright, so this first one over here is probably the most simplistic one. Let's see. At last I saw the shadow bars, like a lattice wrought in lead, move right across the whitewashed wall that faced my three-plank bed, and I knew that somewhere in the world God's dreadful dawn was red. This is reading Goal, G-A-O-L, Gall.cc 33. Maybe chapter 33. We could run into a lot of text in this game, and it needs that text, it needs that flavor. So I'm happy that it exists. As a quick reminder, purple walls don't hurt you, although they kind of seem like they might. They simply stop you from bringing items into a puzzle, because that would break all the puzzles pretty quickly. Although there are some points in the late part of the first game, the main game, where you are intentionally supposed to break all the puzzles. So I can use the right trigger to use this. So these laser connectors can do anything that you would like. If they are in the right position, they'll connect receivers and projectors, and you can walk through them, and it will just disrupt the signal for a brief second. You can kind of block it, and it won't hurt you or anything like that, so you don't have to be worried about that. Now, I solved this in a way so that it would connect the laser in two different places, so this laser was not necessary. It was just redundant. And I probably am now going to need it here. And here. And let's see what else we can connect through. This is a puzzle it's going to be about moving these two connectors around and around and around. And you can see the two connectors that I've clicked on so far have grayed out symbols. That is an indicator that you can't actually hit it from this direction, because there's some physical barrier, or these gray bars act as physical barriers where you can see other things. So see how that connector right now is clear. As soon as I get in a position where I cannot see it, it'll stop being clear. So you can kind of not hit anything right now. Alright. So I can try and put that here and set something up later. But right now that's not working. And it's trying to connect to a lot of things that I just clicked on for no reason. Alright, so the goal would be to hit, I think, possibly this one and the other side of this, and then see if I can get through a window here. So putting it down there. Now here's the problem. How can I get this? Like, I need to bring back that one item. And since I don't have it, I'll work our way around here. Like, it probably is a little too early to be doing that, though. I have no idea what state the AI robots are going to be in. Also, let's see. F55252 4F523 Prisons are built with stones of law, brothels with bricks of religion, and then a bunch of numbers, and then it says Blake MNH.html. I wonder if those numbers are hexadecimal for something, but I'm certainly not going to bother to try and translate it. That's too much of a work. Okay, so there he is. They are just kind of walking around, and apparently, at least in this instance, we have a switch that we need to activate. I don't know how we get it around this corner without doing a lot of work, but I think we can get it done. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So we need to take this and run this way. Apologies if this is motion sick inducing. This one doesn't need to be clicked on anymore. The thing we need to do is have this clicked, and so I need to find a way to get around here. So this, and way over there, that. So now there's two lasers opening this. So I'm trapping myself in. It really did kind of need to be down this direction though, eventually. So I'm gonna... Lasers, by the way, cross each other. Ooh, I don't know how to really fix this. I mean, I can put that there. But they're fighting each other. Like, as soon as it stops getting any power, it's gonna cause itself some trouble. I guess what I could do is this. And then they won't fight each other. And now they're good. Okay. A little bit of extra work there. The next part is to connect to this and connect to this, and hope we can find a point for those to connect. And we don't need this there anymore. Alright, now what do we do? Connect to that and connect to this, and I need to put this, I think, really far back so it can be through a window here. So I'm going to leave that one where it is. And what I'm going to do is take this. lock this, lock that, and lock that one. And that's a good position for all three of those. These puzzles are more complicated than what we were seeing in the first game. This is like a top tier, even though it's slightly simple, it still is a pretty top tier puzzle. Now this is where it's gonna get crazy. So I can get there, fine. But that's kind of as far as I can get. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to both be able to see this and this with the next laser. And I don't know how you do that. Because we need this. Like, we need this laser. I don't see a way that that laser could make an angle through a window here where that would be any helpful. So I can slightly change what I'm doing and put this here. And that gets me that far. But that's kind of it. This is so walled off that it would be blocked any other way. And I can take that. I can take that. And I can place it so that both are there. Great. But what does that do? Okay. This one could maybe then bounce back that way. Let's see if this works. We're gonna take this, sit that there. I'm gonna make as much of an effort for this to be visible in a couple different places. Because it needs to be able to be seen almost directly through that window. And I guess maybe that would work. And also I needed to connect it, I think, to that. Wow, this feels like a puzzle that is very recursive. Just very, very recursive. I don't know if that's really necessary at all, but let's see if we can do it. Could we hit all of those from back here? No. Feels almost like I've missed one. Wow, and it's going to take us probably 30 minutes for each of these puzzles. Or I don't really feel like moving around that. See, I don't know what the difference would really be to have one here, which then could connect to one here, which we could connect to that. Seems like that's backtracking. You know what I could do, though, is why don't we eliminate where this stands compared to other things. Right. So if I can find something that possibly could... Interesting that this says this works. I've got too many things fighting each other. I don't think it matters, though. Let's take this and take this. Just find a place where that works. And then we can run back. And we can just take this. And we are locking ourselves in. I wonder if that is the lesson to be learned here, is that you have to lock yourself in. You have no choice. That's the game plan. Right. I don't see why it would be any different to have one over here than it would just to have one here. I'm sure I can possibly place this slightly down, but what does that matter? Like, I need... Like, I need to get around this part. And I don't think I'm missing some logical part of the puzzle. I don't think this is just climb up high and get above the fences. Not in this case. So, I mean, yes. Theoretically, I could select this, and put myself right about there. I don't see a reason. See, when I click on this, which maybe I do need the cursor after all. If I try to go much more than this, that's slightly helpful, I guess. We could do this, and something on that line. No, what this really boils down to is I've got to get... Let's see. I've got to get this and this. So, following this line, I've also got to hit this. Right, this is gonna mess up, but I think I can get this to work. If we take this, click on that one. Right. This one and this one. And put this back. See, the problem here is I need the shield down just temporarily. Select this. Cursor would be helpful. Okay. This one and this one, maybe. Oh man. This is right, but the way I went about it is wrong. Like, and because of that, I can't get this laser, which specifically I need this laser to hit the thing over there. Let's see if we can do this. This should work, actually. Alright. Now, let's double check. Yeah. Now that I've done that, this should be removable without it changing anything. Okay. Now all we have to do is connect to this, and we've got it. Now the question that I have here is are they going to say anything to me? Probably not. Maybe Elohim would say something to us, but I doubt it. Am I going to have to reset myself or undo all of this? So he's been freed. And this is Garrett. Let's see what Garrett does. Garrett escapes. And I think we're cool with that. And so we freed Garrett. We didn't have to sacrifice ourselves and die. And we have a new email attachment, which I Yes, one puzzle, one email attachment is probably the right way to go, even if this means we're going to move from 30 minutes to 45-minute episodes. Let's see. I reluctantly accept the offer. And here we have some white paint, which doesn't feel like that's the item that you could find. There was an item, certainly, like paint can or something, that would let you put your own QR codes down. So I'm gonna be stubborn here because I think if I accept the offer, something's gonna change. But I might also just, I'm choosing a path here where I very possibly lose the opportunity to accept that offer and move the story forward. Also could mean that we run into a case where I spend an hour and a half just doing choose your own adventure story items. Okay. But we did it. That is one. And we do see that there are actually 4 stars in this world that haven't been marked off. So, yeah. Splash in the water just for fun. Okay, so yeah. I'm choosing to not do the Choose Your Own Adventure storyline and accept the offer because it feels like it's going to change things. Until I free all of the people. It seems like there's probably 16 people that need to be freed in this DLC. That seems like a fair amount of time. So, yeah, I kind of know what I'm going to do. That's going to be it for this recording, as always. As always, I'm coughing. 1 second, I'm going to mute myself. I've had a really bad tickle in my throat recently. As always, I was wrapping up. I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.